Hi, I'm Judy with Amazing Trails Yoga. Today we are doing stress relief yoga, and we are not hiking or biking today. Today I am running, which to me is my personal best stress relief. We will focus on many yoga asanas that relieve our stress and really help us through our bad times. And I am in New York State, running right down the road from my house, which just goes to show you that New York State is not all New York City. A lot of country, beautiful country up here. And we'll be in Farmer Joe's barn, and come join us soon. We will begin in reclining bound angle as we focus on our breath and a sense of stillness. So if you'll join me, put the soles of your feet together and have your blocks handy as we put them under our knees for support, and we'll make our ways down onto our backs. And put your left hand on your abdomen, your right hand on your heart, and we'll focus on some nice deep breathing. So we will inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale for as long a duration as you exhale. Exhale. Take a nice breath in and out. In and out. In and out. You can breathe on your own. You can stay in these asanas for as long as you like. Press pause, and you can stay in one. You could do one, you could do two, you could do all of them, whatever works for you. And we'll remove our blocks and take our feet together, and we're just going to move our knees to the side and make our way up. And we will do head to knee pose, which calms our central nervous system. So we will extend our left leg and take your right leg, the sole of your foot, to the inside of your left thigh. Again, keep your blocks on either side of your leg. We'll inhale our arms up and exhale, coming down to meet our left foot. You could put your forearms on the block at any height that is good for you, on the blocks, plural. Or if you feel you don't need them, you can come all the way down to the mat. Our hips are facing the sides of the mat. We're looking at our foot. We're inhaling and exhaling. This calms our central nervous system. Inhale. On the exhale, you can drop your third eye to your shin if you like. And we're breathing. And again, stay in this asana for as long as you like. Otherwise, you could make your way up, sitting upright, and take your right knee up toward the ceiling. And we're going to pull our foot over to the left side of your left leg, or you could keep it on this side if you can't quite make it over. And you'll take your right hand and bring it behind you, tense your fingers. We'll lift up our left arm And we're extending it forward, and take your elbow to the outside of your right thigh and look over your right shoulder into a nice spinal twist, which will release our stored tension. And we're breathing. Any kind of twist will release stored tension. Just twist it right out of us. And looking back over our left shoulder to the side of the mat, take your foot and you're bringing it alongside of you so that the top of your foot is against the mat, and we are in a half hero. And half hero helps us to find our center. You could take your blocks. You could sit right like this. This is perfectly fine. Feel the pull on your quads. Otherwise, take the blocks and you could put them behind your feet, behind your hips. You could come down on your forearms. Or if you don't need your blocks, you can come all the way down into the half hero pose. And we're finding our center. And breathing very nicely. This is very relaxing. We all have stress in our lives. At some points, more stress than we like. But the definition of stress is something very unpleasant to us that we can't change or do anything about, at least right away. We can't fix it, which is so stressful. Or we have just so much to do and it's got to get done and we're just feeling so stressed. So just come into these asanas, take some nice deep breaths. Stress will take a toll on your whole body. So this is really to help you, benefit you. And we can make our way back up into the seated position. Take your right leg up, your knee up toward the ceiling, and your right foot will meet your left. And we're doing a seated forward fold, which will calm our minds. So we inhale our arms up. You could flex your feet, and we're exhaling down. Again, you take these blocks. We need blocks all over the place. We could come down onto the blocks at any height we like, or you could come all the way down to the mat. We're looking at our feet. Another inhale. Exhale, maybe the third eye toward your shins. Whatever works for you. And we're calming our minds. At the base of your last exhale, you can make your way back up. Inhale your arms up. And pointing your toes, we'll exhale down. Again, use your blocks. I always shove mine out of the way. Any height at all. And coming down to your shins. At the base of your last exhale, we'll make our way back up. And take your left leg and bend it at the knee, and the sole of your left foot will come to the inside of your right thigh, and we'll drop your left knee to the floor. Again, we're in a head to knee pose, which calms our central nervous system. This time I'll put the blocks so that they're ready. Any height you like. Inhale your arms up. And exhale forward. Your forearms could come on the blocks, any height, on the mat. Our hips are facing the sides of our mat. We're looking at our foot. Good. Inhale. On the exhale, maybe drop the third eye down to the shin. And breathe. And no shame at all at using the blocks. Everybody's at a different level. Please, no stress with this. We're not in any competition. And we'll make our way back up. Take your left knee up toward the ceiling. And you could keep your foot here, or if you can bring it over your right leg, that would be great. Take your left arm behind you. Tense your fingers and inhale your right arm up. And you can lean forward and then take your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh and look over your left shoulder. A great spinal twist. Getting all that stored tension out. Feels really, really good. And look back over your right leg and bring your left foot over and your right. We're bending our legs at the knees. Take your hands behind you. We're just going to windshield our knees back and forth like a windshield. Very lovely. Then when they're over to either side, you can make your way into Balasana, which is child pose. And we're separating our legs. You could take a block down to rest your abs on a block if you would like. Put your heels together, your toes together. If you don't need the block, by all means don't use it. We're walking our hands out. And Balasana helps with fatigue and stress. So we're walking our arms forward. You can lower yourselves down. Take your third eye to the mat. And we're breathing. And stay just where you are. I just want to say stress really can make you feel fatigued, can really tire you out. So anytime you're just feeling tired, you need a break, come into child pose, Balasana. And we're breathing. Again, stay in this asana as long as you like. If you want to keep going, take your hands to the outside of your mat or toward the edge, not on the floor, but toward the edge of your mat. And we're lifting up our seat a bit as we adjust our knees, bring them closer together, and walk your hands out further. We're keeping our seat up. And we're coming down into extended puppy pose. This opens our heart and lengthens our spine. And you're breathing. This will lengthen your spine, open it so that when we come to downward facing dog, we'll be all set. Opens your heart, open your own heart, don't be so hard on yourself. Now we could walk our hands back a bit, at least so that they're on the mat, and we're curling over your toes. And we're coming up into a downward dog, which straightens our vertebrae, aligning our spine, improves our posture. And I do know with a lot of stress, people tend to slouch over. They could lose their posture. You don't want that to happen. You're letting your heads dangle. You could see through your legs. This is a resting asana, actually. And we will begin to walk our feet up to meet our hands. And we're coming into a forward fold, the crown of our heads toward the mat, into a nice forward fold. And this gives some circulation. It helps with our circulation to the brain. It relieves tension in our backs. You can bend your legs all you like. And you're slowly, one vertebrae at a time, making your way up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Very, very nice. And at this, we'll make an intention. We all get stress in our lives. Everybody has their cross to bear. And like I said in the introduction, through the worst times in my life, my greatest stress release was running, and just to get it out, anything physical, I really do suggest. And then something peaceful and physical at the same time, such as yoga, is so good for you. Any kind of yoga, this in particular is focused right on the stress, but anytime you join us in Amazing Trails Yoga, you will feel less stress at the end. You'll feel better. Okay, we'll take our block. You could put it at the side of your mat, and we're standing in Tadasana, and we're taking both hands to the block. And now you bend your right leg as the knee. As you inhale, your left arm up. Follow your hand. You could look at your thumb. We're in a twist, which again relieves our stored tension. And exhale your left arm down as you straighten your right leg. Now we're going to bend your left leg at the knee as we inhale our right arm up. Take a nice breath in and out. We're looking at our thumb up at the ceiling. And exhaling down as we straighten our legs. Again, you're bending your right leg at the knee. Inhale your left arm up. Follow your hand with your gaze. Exhale down. Inhale your right arm up as you bend your left leg at the knee. Exhale down as you straighten your legs, or both legs can be bent, whatever is good for you. We'll do it one more time. We'll bend our right leg at the knee as we inhale our left arm up. And exhale down, straightening our right leg as we bend our left leg. Inhale your right arm up. And exhale down. We'll make our way back up into Tadasana, which is mountain pose. And we're going to do tree. And tree really helps to release our quiet, our racing thoughts. And how your mind is just so busy. And this really will help to quiet your thoughts. So we're going to lift up our toes, spread our toes a little bit. And I'm sorry, it's really cold out today. It's winter in New York. And dropping your toes as you spread them a bit so we have a bigger foundation. I mean, I usually recommend bare feet, but I just can't take my socks off today. And focusing on a nice drishti, something that is not moving. You're going to inhale your right leg up. You could keep it right on your ankle, on your calf, or all the way up to your inner thigh. And we'll put our hands together in prayer. Just my racing thoughts have just quieted. So I'm focusing on the tree. I'm focusing on balance, our moments to ourselves, our breathing. Could maybe lower your eyes toward the floor.
close them for a second, which is really hard for balance. I'm gonna fall. Every time I close my eyes, that's what happens. I need to see things. But seriously, if you close your eyes, you're not thinking about all these problems. And down, and we'll lift our toes up again and spread them and slowly come down. As we inhale our left leg up maybe to our ankle, our shin, possibly all the way up to our inner thigh. And our hands are together at heart center in prayer. We're inhaling. Maybe we could look at the ground, at the floor, wherever you are. Close your eyes for maybe a second, maybe a couple seconds. And back into Tadasana, very nice. Now we're going to grab a block. Mine wasn't too far away. And heel toe your feet out a bit. And we're bending our legs at the knee, and we're going to make a nice seat for ourselves in Goddess. You could use 2 blocks if you like. Whatever works for you. We're coming into Goddess, which really helps our balance, our focus, our concentration. Thinking about this just feels really nice. Great stress release on our hips. We hold a lot of stress in our hips. And breathing. I don't know if you could hear it, but I hear a lot of geese flying around. And you could remove the block, and we're coming down onto our mats again. We could fishtail our feet around as we're coming into fish pose. And in fish pose, this will release the tightness of our chest and the tightness of our back. So we're coming down onto our backs. And what you're going to do, take your hands and you're sliding them up as you come onto your forearms. I like to take my thumb behind my hips. We're looking up at the ceiling, and this is fine, just like that. And you could possibly push your chest forward more and drop the crown of your head toward the mat into fish pose. Just to open up our chest, our back, relieve the tightness in them. Maybe your crown of your head could touch the mat. And you're straightening your head. You're coming into the reclining position. And we're going to end today with legs up the wall asana, which is a complete relaxation of the mind and body. So be sure to hit that pause if you want to stay in this a bit longer. I brought a handy little blanket because you could, since your circulation is slowing down a bit, and this is such a complete relaxation for the body and the mind, you might want to get really cozy and put a blanket on yourselves. So take your hip, either side, your left or your right, up against the wall. Find a nice big wall area for yourself. You're coming down on your forearms and lift your legs up toward the sky and bring them over against the wall. And slide your tushy right up against the wall. And we could come down onto our backs. This is so relaxing. It also is very good for your circulation. The complete opposite, it's a type of inversion so that the blood can come down and kind of flow in the other direction. You could take a blanket if you like in any shavasana. This is going to be our shavasana for the day. Anytime you're doing Shavasana, take a blanket if you like and warm yourselves up. Take some nice breaths. Nice, beautiful cleansing breaths, soothing breaths. And if you have enough wall space, you could begin to separate your feet. You could let your feet go against the wall and come down. And after a while, gravity will take its toll and you can feel your legs come down maybe 1 millimeter, 1 centimeter at a time. If this feels good for you and if you have enough wall space. You could stay in this asana as long as you like. Could begin to bring your feet up toward each other, up against the wall. Could bend your legs at the knee and come to either side. And you're making your way up into Sukhasana, cross-legged position. And placing your palms of your hands together, heart center. And thank you so much for joining Amazing Trails Yoga. The stress relief yoga, I really hope it helps. Do it anytime, as long as you like, any parts of it, whatever's good for you. Please like us, subscribe to our channel so we can communicate and help each other. I really feel for you with stress. We all just need to really love each other, respect each other, and have a beautiful, beautiful day. Namaste.